El Habib, forming an attacking triumvirate with Misak Bahadoran up front. Meanwhile, with Azcal Edsa Capaño out of commission due to an MCL injury, Victorino Troyo took over as starting goalkeeper, while Jeffrey Lobaton replaced suspended Ricardo Besite in the starting 11. Army still employed its usual 4-4-2 formation with Luisito Brillantes and Azcal Roel Jenner forming the attacking duo on top. Following Air Force's loss in the earlier match, Global Smartmatic sought to capitalize early on with forays by Misak Bahadoran and Izo El Habib. Not to be outdone, Army had its own share of chances on goal, particularly from Azcal veteran Roel Jenner. Just like the match started, halftime arrived with no goals from both sides. Global started the second half on attack mode as Bahadoran toyed with two Army defenders by himself before firing a shot that goes wide left in the 48th minute. Three minutes later, it was the turn of Izo El Habib to have his own crack at a goal, but his free kick sailed high over the crossbar. A momentary lapse in defense by Global almost paid dividends for Army's Meliton Pelayo, but Global keeper Kenneth Dolioso managed to avoid any mishap for his side. Some physical confrontation near the corner nearly led to a free-for-all, but ironically, it would be Global captain Bads El Habib, who was already on the bench, that would be sent off by the referee after a few choice words. 1 minute later, Army finally succeeded as Global's failure to clear the ball provided their foes an opportunity to score inside the box, care of Azcal Roel Jenner in the 82nd minute. With time ticking furiously, Global searched frantically for the equalizing goal, and it would finally come in the 87th minute as Izo El Habib showed off his brilliance anew with a one-touch volley that found its target. Army would be reduced to 10 men just before injury time as Luisito Brillantes was sent off after kicking Jerry Barbaso on the ground. Hoping for a miracle, Global still had two more chances to steal the victory, but it was simply not to be as they settled for their 5th straight draw. For being a constant threat on offense and eventually scoring the equalizing goal that salvaged the draw, Izzeldin El Habib is selected as the man of the match.
So that's why we're not in attacking training. So some of our players were out, Cosmas, Carlos. That's why we need to adjust. No, there's a lot of adjustment right now because some of them already finished the qualification, elimination in the Visayas. So in this game result, we're not really satisfied.
So which method worked wonders? We'll break it down further in our match analysis. With only 1 point separating the two squads from solo second place and a chance to catch up with the top spot, it was a golden opportunity for either Global Smartmatic FC and Army Fritz and Maxiol IBM to take advantage of. However, the match ended in a 1-1 draw, the same scoreline in their first meeting. Global Smartmatic FC played a 4-3-3 system with former Azcal's member Kim Relucio and Global Smartmatic skipper Bads El Habib back in the starting 11. While Army Fritz and Maxiol IBM played their usual 4-4-2 system with Roel Jenner leading the attack. They were, however, missing Ricardo Besite, who was serving his one-game suspension. It was 50-50 on possession as both teams never really had a chance to take control of the midfield. They seemed too eager to get the ball to the attacking third and barely had good build-up throughout the match. Both teams had a few good chances inside the box, but could not convert the scoring opportunities. Halftime ended 0-0. The second half was a different story. The match became very physical. Army Fritz and Maxiol IBM tried to work the flanks. Army's Nestorio Margarce and Meliton Pelayo switched sides, hoping to create a mismatch against Global Smartmatic's Jerry Barbaso and Mark Cortez. Cheap shots, unsportsmanlike behavior, and inconsistent officiating heated up the match between the two squads. The referee issued 7 yellow cards and 2 red cards. However, Army took the upper hand and finally broke the draw when Roel Hener, the all-around player of Army, scored at the top of the box on the 83rd minute. Global Smartmatic did not give up, and soon after, Izo El Habib equalized with a solid volley just outside the box. The match ended 1-1. With both squads unhappy with the officiating, Global Smartmatic FC and Army Fritz and Maxiol IBM are frustrated with the draw because they feel they have been robbed of the opportunity for a win that could have put either team closer to the top spot with Air Force Rider. We'll look further down the road after these short reminders.
In football, the striker's job is simple: to stay in front of the enemy goal, attract enemy defenders, and score. The striker stays in the middle as a target man and will typically be marked by at least one player. On attacks, he may try to check the ball, shield it, or lay it off, but he'll usually stay with the last enemy defender. The striker's defensive duties are to pressure the opposing defenders while they are initiating an attack. Welcome back. You're still watching the United Football League. First place still remains the same, but let's see if the other teams can catch up in our updated team standings. Match days left, so you better plan on watching them in the next few weeks. But for now, here is our match schedule for this coming week.
Well, 30 minutes went by so quickly, and it's time to say goodbye.
But no worries, because you can always go online and follow the UFL on Twitter at UFL Philippines, or visit footballalliance.ph, or like the LBC United Football League page on Facebook. Or better yet, why don't you come on down to the University of Makati and watch the UFL matches live and absolutely for free. I'm Mia Cabalfin.
I'm Paulo Buendia.
And I'm Mariel Benitez, and this has been
The United Football League, it's our game.